It is 10 minutes after 9. Right now, more than 6 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's disease. Understandably, that diagnosis is very hard for somebody, but it is probably equally difficult, if not maybe even more so, for their family members. So that is why they walk. The Walk to End Alzheimer's is happening this Saturday, and this morning we are joined by Nancy Chinigo. She's going to be there. Nancy, you lost your husband to Alzheimer's. What, 8 years ago?
8 years ago today.
8 years ago today?
Yes.
How difficult is that today, on the anniversary of that day?
But look how I get to celebrate.
Okay. And he was young.
He was 70 when he passed away.
So tell me about that journey, because I say, oh, that's so young.
But it's not young anymore. People in their 40s are being diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And we knew because he was forgetting things, and we just knew something was out of place.
How did you know? Tell me what was going on. First of all, tell me his name. Tell me about him.
Jim was a salesperson all his life, very outgoing, loved golf, loved to talk to people, and he still liked to talk to people even when he got Alzheimer's. But he would forget, he always forgot their names, but he would forget their name and, you know, that type of thing. And you can see him with my daughter.
Yes.
Yes. And
did you think, I mean, at that time, like you said, now it's not so young. When he was diagnosed, or prior to that, were you thinking, oh, he's got dementia or
no.
Alzheimer's, or were you thinking, you're just forgetful?
I thought he was forgetful.
Okay,
but
so
luckily I took him to the doctor.
What made you finally go to the doctor?
Because he got lost a couple times driving home, and so that started to concern me. And went to the primary, and they said, yeah, he's got some issues. And we went to a neurologist, and we eventually got the, diagnosis.
Is that something that has been in his family that he knows of, or?
It was in his family, yes.
Okay. And so was it something that was kind of on his radar or your radar?
No.
At all?
No, not really, and not at that age.
Right.
Yes, so, his aunts had it, but at a much later time in life.
So as you look back, are there things you would have perhaps picked up on earlier, or do you think, could we have done something differently? Did you do what you were supposed to do at that time? And what would you tell somebody who perhaps is concerned about a loved one?
I would tell somebody to go to their primary doctor. Primary doctors check for that now. See a neurologist, find out what they have and how to treat it. And there's different ways, and we're getting better at our drugs. That's why we do the walk, because we fund research and support services. And then the other thing I did right is we went to the Alzheimer's Association support groups.
That's got to be critical, because did you take care of him at home? Was he at home? He was.
Yes.
Can you talk to me about that journey and what that was like as that disease progressed?
As it progressed, it was bad. I'm in sales. I had to travel some. I'd go, leave for the day, leave lunch. He would eat the lunch. Then he would walk to McDonald's, get lunch, then walk home, maybe get home. Sometimes the postman had to bring him home, or a neighbor, or something like that.
That's frightening.
Yeah.
That's frightening. It's heartbreaking all at the same time to lose someone. Did he, at the end, know you, not know you at all?
He still knew us.
He did. He did.
Yes.
So what kind
Until the very end.
Until the very end. What kind of support was the most helpful to you? What was your saving grace in all of it?
The Alzheimer's support group.
And why was that so important?
Because I had people there just like me that I thought things were crazy, and then I hear their stories, and it was, oh, mine's not so bad. And they told you how to deal with it, how to get through it, how to cope with it, who to call if there's an emergency.
And you needed that.
Yes.
You needed that.
Yes.
So you walk for him.
Yes.
And for others like him.
Others like him, exactly.
And why do you want people to join you?
Because we still need to raise funds. We still have to support It's the Alzheimer's Association. We have support groups. They do research. We have researchers funded here in Georgia. Our money in Atlanta stays in Georgia. So I think that's important to people. And we just want everybody to come out and support us.
Well, you know, on this anniversary, I'm glad you're celebrating him. I am so glad.
Thank you.
Sorry for your loss, and thank you for being here with us today to share your story.
Thank you.
And you can join her, by the way. Join all of us Saturday. It is the walk is taking place November 5th. It's at the Battery at Truist Park. And if you're interested, you can log on to Atlanta News First for more information to sign up. Ella, let's get over to you for a look at that forecast.
Well, and on Saturday morning, it's going to be like 65 degrees. It's going to feel fantastic.